Hi guys, welcome back. It's Monmon and I'm back again to host our launch stream for the latest addition to our F4F My Hero Academia family. So far, we've already launched 3 versions of All Might inspired by the action figures of Izuku Midoriya in the anime. But now we're finally launching the main character himself, Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. Without further ado, here he is! Our Deku PVC statue. First off the bat, this statue was inspired by one of the classic scenes in the anime, where Deku takes the Provisional Hero License exam. The first test is all about speed. So in this test, each student is given 6 balls to throw and 3 targets to place on their bodies where they're visible to other participants. The goal is to throw the ball and hit the targets. Students are eliminated if all 3 of their targets are hit. The student who hits the 3rd target of the eliminated student will earn a point, and students can proceed to the second test if they earn 2 points. Our Deku PVC statue depicts the iconic scene where Deku uses his one-for-all full cowl shoot style to deflect the balls being thrown at him and his classmates. It was an epic scene which we replicated right here. Our Deku statue required a lot of fine-tuning to get the details exactly right. An example of fine-tuning would be Deku's face. Getting his face to look right was not easy from the start. We had to improve the design of the face from looking sullen to looking plump. And our artist even got Deku's slightly upturned button nose right. His hair is far fluffier looking, and it's sculpted to emulate the way it would move when Deku is in the air. His eyes are also rounder and have an energized, determined look. And if you look even closer, you will see that we even replicated his freckles, 4 on each of his cheeks. That's just another really good example of how imperative small details are to the authenticity of the statue. His facial expression shows the same determination as I've seen in the anime, and let me tell you, it was not easy to achieve such a detailed resemblance to the anime Deku. Another testament to the team's effort is the details in Deku's suit. It's a bit unorthodox, but let me start with his shoes. Take a look at this gif of the changes made to the shoes. You can see that it started out a bit flat without many details. But the shoes that Deku has on here, it has all the details down to the T. From the size and the placement of the bolts on the side of the shoes to the way the laces are placed. The shoes look far chunkier and more angular, which makes way more sense considering these are the replica of Deku's shoes with iron soles. It should look like it can cause some damage. Now the red part of his shoes also had its details fine-tuned. You'll see that the shoe tongue was originally longer, but now it's shorter and doesn't stick out as much from the top. We've gone through Deku from head to toe literally, so now let's talk about his upgraded suit. First, yellow bolts were added onto the arm sleeves and gloves. The shoulder piece was also added, and the head cover's design was improved from the original rigid look to a more natural look. The sculpting of it has various curves that emulate the wrinkles that a cloth would have, which gives the head cover far more movement. It really looks like it's flowing in the wind. Another meticulous detail that was crucial to get right were the patterns and the wrinkles on the suit. Our team made sure to replicate how the suit looks in the anime. More sculpting on the natural wrinkles of the suit have also been added, giving Deku the anime realism that we at F4F are constantly aiming at. Texture is even added to his pants to emulate what the material would look like if it were real. There's also small details such as the stitching added to the red utility belt. All these minute details are a testament to our development team who put a lot of work into Deku. According to one of the members in the development team, whose name shall be left unmentioned because he's shy like that, this figure has set a standard for all the others coming out. Fun fact, Deku's teeth required 2 weeks to perfect. Just his teeth. 2 weeks. Well, seems even the camera is shooketh by that fact. I tried, but not as hard as our team when it came to the base of the statue, which is inspired by the terrain from the Provisional Hero License exam. You can see the rocks on the ground are sculpted to look like they have been broken apart by the force of Deku's kick. Different shades were used to paint the rocks to help increase the likeness to the anime. And if you look closer, you will also see that there's a rough texture added to increase the realism of the rocks. There's also the balls from the test that are scattered, which have little bursts of white underneath some of them to show its impact. The ball at the top of this long-ring effect, which for lack of a better term we are going to call the swoosh, is the ball that Deku kicks, and you can see the motion of it being deflected in the sculpture. The sculpting emulates the trajectory and the force of Deku's kick. It's curved in a way that shows the direction of Deku's move, and the details on it, like the rocks, help to tell the story of how his kick is strong enough to break the ground literally. The streamlined sculpting helps to show the motion and the speed of Deku's shoot style. There's also these glow-in-the-dark one-for-all electricity effects to capture Deku using the power of one-for-all during the scene in the anime. The color used for both the swoosh and the one-for-all electricity effect is a light, almost pastel green, with an iridescent effect that creates a shift from pastel green to white, depending on which angle you look from. Now the circular base down here was inspired by the blue arc of UA High School's security gate. You can also see the yellow UA logo right at the front. The logo as well as the white line detail protrudes slightly, which elevates the overall look of the base. The standard edition of Deku PVC has so many details that help to tell the story of the iconic scene. Now let's talk about the exclusive edition of Deku PVC. The exclusive edition of Deku PVC will have all the details I just mentioned in the standard edition. In addition, we've included two LED functions, static and animated. With the animated option, you will see the light travel from the base along the trajectory of the swoosh. The animation will repeat itself when set to the animated option. The LED options bring about new ways to display Deku, especially with the animated option, as it replicates the direction the swoosh is going, making the statue even more dynamic than it already is. Not only that, the LED feature helps to bring the power of One for All to life. Now, our exclusive edition of Deku PVC will also come with premium deluxe packaging, limited edition numbering, and an authentication card. Whew, that was a lot of information I just threw at you guys. So let's take a look at this video to recap all the features of the standard and exclusive edition of Deku PVC statue. And we are back again! And not so fast before you click off. We just got one more thing to launch, and that is our Deku 1/6 scale resin statue! And to join me in this party is Drishti from our marketing team! Do you want entrance music?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Hi everyone! Lovely to have you here, Drish. First up, we've got the standard edition of Deku resin statue. Now you can see here that Deku is in the same roundhouse kick pose, and that's because our Deku resin was also inspired by the scene in the anime where Deku saves All Might from a falling rock wall during Class 1A's training to develop their ultimate move. Now it was a pivotal moment in Deku's quest to become a hero because that was when he realized that he can become his own hero, despite inheriting One for All from All Might. Now you see, All Might was a puncher, and Deku thought that he had to be one too despite having severely damaged arms. So now that he has finally stepped out of All Might's shadow and has made One for All his own.
This statue is honestly one of the most dynamic statues I've seen from F4F. All the detailed work that went into our Deku PVC statues also went into this Deku resin statue. You can see the natural wrinkle details, and the head cover is sculpted to seem like it's flowing in the air. By adding these fine details, it makes the statue look more dynamic.
Yup, the fine details are definitely what elevated Deku as a statue. Now other details, such as the stitching on his red utility belt, the leathery texture on his knee pads, and even the super tiny bolts all help bring anime realism to this statue. And of course, we also included the One for All electricity effect that glows in the dark. Now, to say the least, if you think that Deku PVC was insanely detailed, imagine that in larger resin form, and we have the Deku resin statue.
All those details aside, since our Deku resin statue was inspired by a different scene, you'll see that the base is also different. We've kept the swoosh element from our Deku PVC, keeping that shoot style effect consistent with the streamlined sculpting and iridescent light green paint. The rocks on the side are to replicate the scene of Deku destroying the rock that was going to hit All Might. The rock exploded into different pieces, and to emulate that, we've added pieces of broken rocks to the base atop white smoke. The effect is a replica of what we usually see in anime when something shatters or explodes.
Adding the cloud effect really helps to capture the instant that Deku kicked the rock. Now this makes the statue even more dynamic. Another testament to the detailed work would be the paint job on the rocks. Now they've got the distinct shading that adds dimension to the rocks, making them even more realistic. Now the jagged edges from being broken are emphasized with a very thin line of highlight. The minute details on Deku resin statue really makes him and the whole scene look like the anime counterpart.
But that's not all. The circular base design was inspired by the UA High School campus as well. It is the school logo with marble detailing above 3 doors at the campus entrance. The textured details on the marble are made to look as if it's been carved, much like how real marble will be carved and sculpted. This makes the base more dimensional. There's also shading in the paintwork that really gives it the marbled feel.
Yup, even the logo has gradient in the paintwork. Now, all the detail work for Deku PVC proved very useful for Deku resin, and the hard work put into the elements that were unique to Deku resin statues, such as the base design, really came together to create a strong, dynamic statue. Now that we've introduced the standard edition, let's introduce the exclusive edition of Deku resin statue.
The exclusive edition of our Deku resin statue will include 2 LED functions as well: static and animated. Just like the Deku PVC, when you turn on animated mode, the light will travel up the swoosh in the trajectory of Deku's kick. Watching the light travel up and hitting the end, I can almost feel the momentum when Deku breaks the rock with his powerful kick.
While the LED functions have always been the feature in exclusive editions that offer collectors the easiest way to switch up how the statue can be displayed. Whether you leave it on static or animated, or even with the lights off, the statue tells the story in a different way.
I can use it as a nightlight.
What is with you and nightlights?
Nothing, just a suggestion. What's not a suggestion is that we included an interchangeable head with a smiling expression that suits Midoriya's friendly and happy attitude. By switching the heads, the Deku resin statue can tell a completely different story.
Yep, by offering extra features like the LED functions and the interchangeable head, we're offering versatility in how you guys can display Deku.
The detailed work and extra features really show how our development team has upped their game. And so is our packaging, which was done by our wonderful design team. Here's a rendering of how it'll look.
Our design team did a great job with the packaging, Drish.
That's right! Now let's recap on all the features of the standard and exclusive edition of the Deku resin statues.
And that looked pretty epic, if I might say so myself. Here we have the additions of Deku PVC and Deku resin statues. Fans of Deku can now enjoy options when choosing which statues to get.
Right you are, Mon. And for those of you who would like to own both the Deku PVC and Deku resin statues, we have a combo edition on offer for you, which will include one exclusive edition of Deku PVC and one exclusive edition for Deku resin statue. Now let's get to the pricing. For the Deku PVC Standard Edition, the price is as follows and will be available for pre-order at your local retailer. For the Deku 1/6 Resin Standard Edition, the price is as follows and will be available for pre-order on our website and at your local retailer.
For the Deku PVC Exclusive Edition, the price is as follows and is available for pre-order only on our website, first4figures.com. The exclusive edition will include a base with 2 LED modes, static and animated, and our beautifully designed premium deluxe box. For the Deku 1/6 Resin Exclusive Edition, the price is as follows and is available for pre-order only on our website, first4figures.com. This base will also have 2 LED modes, static and animated, as well as an interchangeable smiling head. For the combo pack, the price is as follows and is available for pre-order only on our website, first4figures.com as well. This will include the exclusive editions of Deku PVC and Deku Resin Statue. So, to recap, these are the prices for all editions. All prices indicated here exclude local taxes and shipping. So for example, the UK and Australia regions, prices will look different on our website, as they are already inclusive of sales tax. We are running an early bird offer till this day, so be sure to place your orders quickly within that time frame to take advantage of this limited time offer. For our website's pre-orders, we offer payment plans with extra fees for those who wish to purchase in installments. We also have warehouses in the following locations, which means no import fees for these regions. Shipping costs to your country are estimated at checkout time. The final cost will be shown on the invoice, which will be sent to your registered email when your order is ready to ship.
Thank you for joining us in our launch stream for our Deku PVC and Deku resin statues. Check us out on our website, first4figures.com, for more details and follow us on our social media channels so you don't miss out on future My Hero Academia news and teasers.
We also have an amazing community on Facebook called the First 4 Figures Official Collectors Club, where we chat with our members, run polls, post behind-the-scenes content, giveaways, and much more. So don't forget to check us out.
All right, pre-orders are now open. Links are in the description.
And that's a wrap. Thank you for joining us today. F4F is love.
F4F is life.
And we shall see you in the next one. Bye!
See ya!